What is up, people? It is I, Nelvin, and finally, it is time for the long-awaited Q&A. Well, it's only been a day since I announced it, as I'm currently recording this, but still, it's nice that I can do this quickly because you guys give me a lot of questions and a lot of questionable questions at that. But hey, at least it'll make interesting content, I guess. I don't know, but let's just get into it. And before I start, I know I just said let's just get into it. I'm sorry, this isn't scripted. I'm making the fucking Sally.exe video soon, so yeah. I know I deleted my community post, but basically I did a poll, and you guys decided that Nelvin should make a video ranting about Sally.exe, which I would definitely will love to get into. Women deserve. Oh my fucking god, what is this question? Obviously they do. No shit. But like, jokes aside, um, I do think women deserve rights. I mean, compared to men, they can do almost anything a man can. I mean, sure, men may be able to do some things better than women, women can do some things better than men, but overall, I think women should have equal opportunities, equal rights, and have the right to exist, you know. And people may say that, well, women are only good for like cleaning and shit, but like that's not necessarily true. There's a lot of jobs women can excel at, like corporate jobs. Like, it just depends on the individual. Some women are just you know good at certain jobs, and that's really the fact of the matter is, women do deserve rights. I don't know why anyone would ask me this fucking stupid ass question, but whatever. For our next question, when will you try math? Probably never. I don't know what kind of question is that. Like, when I said ask me anything, guys, I did not mean ask me about drug addiction or try getting me hooked onto drugs. I'm not a straight edge person by any means. I'm not gonna act like that I'm innocent and that I would never do stuff like that. I have tried stuff like marijuana before and I fucking hated it. And as for math, I'm not gonna try it. I just don't think I'm gonna risk becoming a math addict. Like, sure, vaping, cigarettes, I don't mind doing that, but like, with stuff like meth or marijuana that actually messes with your mind, I just don't think it's something I want to try or, risk getting hooked onto, because I've seen what meth addiction can do. It like ruins people's lives beyond repair, and I'm not sure if I want to get involved in that. No more questions. What are my favorite Sonic games? That's a very good question. It depends on the era. If we're talking about the classic era and my all-time favorite, I think it's Sonic 3 and Knuckles. I really love the game and the fucking art design of it. It's literally like, what do I say? Um, it's a very timeless classic, is what I'm trying to say, right? I like the art design and I like the level layout. It's just fun to begin with, and I really love it. And for the adventure era, it's the gameplay you're seeing right now. It's Sonic Adventure 1. What can I say? I prefer it over Adventure 2. It's just so fun. I like the way Sonic controls over there, and I like spin dashing, and I like the way the level layouts. I like how you can take shortcuts in that game if you're skilled enough. And as for the meta era or the modern era, well, I'd say that's probably Sonic Generations. Yeah, that's all I have to say about on that. Number two, favorite creepypasta. That's another good question. I'll have to think on that, but I don't have one favorite creepypasta per se, but I have a lot. Um, Pen Pals, yeah, that's one that I can think of on top of my head. It's one of the greatest stories I've ever heard. And also, I Dared My Friend to Ruin My Life. That's also a good creepypasta. I like the story. It kind of reminds me of Death Note. I don't know if you guys ever watched Death Note, but the story is kind of similar to that, with like two characters trying to outsmart each other and the final battle being at a warehouse. It reminded me of that, and I also like Sonic.exe, not because it's good, but because I think it's a classic. I also liked Squidward Suicide because it actually did scare me as a kid, and I have a lot of nostalgia for that creepypasta. But yeah, I have a lot of creepypastas I like. Maybe I'll do a video on it someday, but who knows. What exactly do you want to achieve from YouTube? Again, another wonderful question and a very good one at that. Well, a lot of people you do YouTube for numerous of reasons. Some do it for fun and some do it for fame. And for me, it's a mix of fun and also trying to meet new people. Because back in 2018, 2019, I met a lot of wonderful people through YouTube. I made friends on there and I met my friend group that I knew for 6 years before we parted ways, because as time goes on you eventually move on to other things and so do other people, and that's completely natural and fine. So I just want to make new friends off of this. Mostly I just want to meet new people who are into the same stuff as I am, and hopefully make new friends that I'll hang out with for a few years, maybe even more. Let's see. I just have high hopes for this, and I also want to do this for fun. I've had fun making YouTube videos ever since 2016, when I was like what, 9? Yeah, I was 9. Yeah, that's crazy to think how fast time flies. But yeah, YouTube has always kind of been a passion of mine and something I've always wanted to do for a while now. And I appreciate the question. And for the fourth and final question, what is my favorite TV show? Breaking Bad. Cliche answer, I know, but Breaking Bad. I just like the show. I'll probably do a video on it someday if I'm not lazy, but yeah, I like Breaking Bad. Number one, should men beat their. Oh my fucking god. What the fuck are these questions you guys are asking me? The obvious answer is no. No, no one should beat anyone. I think everyone should be peaceful and stuff. I really do not know why the fuck you guys think asking me this is okay. This is so fucking weird. Do women belong in the Oh my fucking god. What are these fucking questions? No, women shouldn't be in the kitchen unless they want to be. But really, I think everyone belongs in the kitchen, because cooking is a very important skill that everyone should learn regardless of gender. But that doesn't mean it's the only place you should be. So like, yes and no. Like, everyone belongs in the kitchen, but only if they want to be. Are women up? No, no, just no. Who is my favorite Vocaloid? That's a good question. I'll have to say Luca, because I main her in Project Diva. I'm working on a Project Diva, and this reminds me, I really need to reinstall Project Diva and play it a little bit more. I got a new controller recently. It's a bootleg controller, and I really need to see what Project Diva is like with a controller. If you guys saw the older video called I Suck at Project Diva, you guys would know that I used a fucking keyboard controller. So I'm very curious on how different the gameplay is if I'm using a controller, because with Sonic, when I played it with keyboard, it was a different experience with a controller. So we'll see. But yeah, I like Luca. I like some of her songs, and I like her design, and I use her a lot in Project Diva. In fact, when I make the Project Diva video soon, you'll probably notice that in the videos and the clips I use, I'm using Luca the most, because I really like her and I like her design. She's a cool Vocaloid, and I like her songs. What's more to say? When will it end? Also, how is your experience as a trans person? I don't know when it's gonna end, but as for my experience as a trans person, it's actually very decent, because before I transitioned, I used to be like, if anyone knew me before 2023, you would know that I used to be a huge douchebag back in the day. Like, yeah, I may be a bit more laid back now compared to how I was back then, but yeah, I used to be a completely different person. But when I transitioned, I became a little bit more happier. Of course, there's some downsides to it, because HRT has its side effects, and that shit was messing me up for like the first few months I was on it. And as for the experience, it has some bad side. Of course, there's gonna be transphobes out there that are gonna try bullying you by calling you slurs, which I'm not gonna say here on YouTube, which usually I laugh it off, but it can be a bit annoying if anything. Like, dude, I get it, you hate trans people. Like, seriously, how devoted are you to hating trans people? But most of the time, I'm just impressed that someone can just put in so much time and effort into hating a group of people that don't even bother them. Like, it's so easy to just ignore them if you really don't like them. But that's really it. opinions on fairy penguins and when am I gonna join the PFLP. Well, for those who don't know, PFLP is a terrorist organization in like some country known as Palestine or Israel, depending on how you want to look at it. They're a communist terrorist organization, and to my answer, I'm not gonna join a terrorist organization. Thank you. As for fairy penguins, I think they're very cool. Anyway, so that should wrap up the Q&A. You guys, I hate you guys. You guys ask so many fucking stupid questions that I'm legit wondering what the fuck type of audience I have and who the hell are the people I hang out with. But besides that, it was a fun experience, I suppose. I had fun. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and see you guys in the next one.